I am struggling to make this video. Oh my God. I don't normally like I might embarrass myself, but I don't normally stop and then re-record and then stop and re-record and then stop and re-record. But I keep it's just not right. It's a cipher solve. It's gotta be perfect. But I do think I solved the cipher. I did think this before though, so grain of salt. I feel better about this one than I feel about my last one. I can say that. And probably feel as good about this as I've felt about anything in this crazy treasure hunt of ours. So yeah, we're gonna start with the clock times. So in episode 1, it I think it goes from the Hearst family to Justin, and it does like the little car thingy where it goes to Texas, and then it introduces him, and then he talks for a little bit, and then he gets up and he goes to change the clock time, and he at that point it's 6:06, and he changes the clock time to a debatable number. I don't think it's debatable. I think it's 4:02. I feel very good about the method used to verify the angle of the golden greed hands and then duplicating that angle, which should make it so the minute hand can't be wrong. So I feel like I've done that. I feel like it's a 90 if you like if you do a 90-degree angle from 12 to 3, and then you have the minute hand somewhere in there. Like if you line that up, it's same distance. Or like one dash it's the same, I don't know the right word. It's not the same difference. It's just like a repetitive, like predictable thing. Anyway, he gets up, he changes the time from 6:06 to 4:02. And that's it, right? That's the only time it changes the time? I don't think so. I think that he gets up, he goes up, he changes it from 6:06 to 4:02, and then the scene like flashes to something else, and then it flashes almost immediately back within like a second or so. And in that time, it's not 4:02 anymore; it's 12:02. And he's still on his way back from the clock on the right side of his desk where there's no exit route or whatnot. So that means he likely got up and changed the clock times twice. And he told them, show the first half of this one and show the second half of this one. Splice them together so it makes it look like I only did it once. But why would he be coming back from behind his desk when the clock says 12:02 if he didn't just change it to 12:02? I don't know. And then 12:02, does that I don't know, what does that time remind me of? So like it can either be 2 minutes past noon or it can be 2 minutes past midnight, which reminds me of the Midnight Menace. And then the difference between 4:02 and 12:02 is 8 hours. The Midnight Menace, 8-hour break between shifts. There's an 8. Z trains, when they are in like highball, like in their top notch, that notch is 8. So when they're in the 8th notch. Toy train models, figure eights, pretty iconic. Like a train set is that they make figure eights. And then the safe. He has the 5, obviously the safe codes, and I think this is more and more public knowledge, or maybe I just missed where people talked about this early on, but see more people recently talking about it. But like the safe codes, there's 2 of them, there's not just one safe code. Every single code has two. It has a center line and then it has a left line. Center line is obviously the numbers that we see, but then the left line is the number that we see minus 8. In the case of 1, that would be 93 because it rolls over at 100, I guess. So yeah, that does a couple of things. If you add up all of for those who read these words just right, if you total up the hidden code, the hidden safe code, you get 193. If you use the provided safe code, you get 133. The difference between those two being 60, which just happens to be the weight of the treasure in question, which seems especially pertinent since we're trying to solve a cipher for the container. So yeah. Also, those safe codes, there's a rule book for like United Pacific, I think GCOR or something along those lines. And a lot of those safe codes correspond to rule books. And those aspects of the rule books all cover things that I will circle back around on in a moment. Yeah. So, 402. 4 plus 2 is 6. The atomic number 6 is carbon. So put a pin in that one. 12 plus 2 is 14, which is the atomic number for silicon. And then, so those are the two elements that you got to put together. And those two elements together are going to get like a hardened steel. And if you add in another element, which is, there's two ways you can do this. Z-Train, Midnight Menace, 8-hour shifts, 8-hour throttle notches. So a Z-Train, Z in a mod 26 alphabet value calculator, Z would be 26. The atomic number for 26 is iron. If you take iron, carbon, and silicon, you're going to get a stainless steel shell, more so. So like a stainless steel like outer shell that is protecting something that is insulated on the inside potentially, or being protected on the inside. So it's sort of like a treasure, but in this case, dual purpose. And so then you have 12 plus 2 is 14, and then the 4 plus 2 is 6. That equals 20. And two things there. 20 is the atomic number for calcium, which are essentially the equivalent of shards of teeth that he picked up and essentially put into a jar and then like kept as like a treasured item. So like pretend maybe he has a tooth and like that has DNA. That'd probably be too far. But like maybe he has a tooth in there. I don't know. Yeah. So that's not all. Carbon. The atomic symbol is C. Silicon. The atomic number is Si. What do you get if you combine the two? You get CSI, which is mentioned in the Bronze Beast when they're mentioning all of the amazing things that dogs have done in the past, or pets have done in the past. So, yeah, I think it's in a black box. A railroad black box, which is actually orange, and all those rules like apply to things that would be recorded in a black box. So yeah, I 100% think it's a black box, orange.